Day 2. Well, fire's still going, just a little bit. So I think I had quite a successful day yesterday. So a lot of tidying up. I still need to cut that root a little bit more. Ground's pretty much clear now, as clear as it needs to be. So today's plan, at some point I'm having a delivery of wood from Harlow's Timber in Derby. Shout out to them. Big tip, if you're buying timber, a lot of it, not just a little bit, yeah fine, go to B&Q, that sort of thing. But if you need something, go to a proper timber merchant. We've got quite a lot in Derby, but Harlow's an independent. They're all over the UK, but their website's quite good. So it let me spec out everything I needed, did everything in length, did the cost. But then I went to the store to order it and to open a trade account, because they do trade accounts for self-build. They do lots of options. So I thought, oh, I'll do that. So I applied for that. But he said, oh, that'll take a while anyway. He says, but what do you want? And he quoted me, and the quote was over 100 quid cheaper than if you just bought it from the website. And also what it meant was, if they had stuff in stock that was slightly different, because it's a deck, it doesn't need to be exactly within tolerances, they could suggest it. As a matter of fact, I had absolutely everything I needed anyway, because it's all fairly bog standard stuff, 8x2s and decking boards and that sort of thing. But really, really helpful. And I've arranged delivery. That's the only slight problem, is the delivery is Wednesday. It's Wednesday today. So at some point today, I'm going to have a truck turn up. I'm going to have a load of timber turn up. But yeah, but I've got plenty to do. I want to mark out today. We've got to mark out the ground, try and figure out vaguely what I'm doing, which reminds me I need to go and grab the instructions so I know my layout. They give you really good measurements for this cabin, so put together. But anyway, first job, move that lot and finish tidying up. So I'll catch up in a minute. I'm out of breath. Ta-da! Just about to tip it down. Britain. That was one of those simple jobs that should have taken a minute, but it took ages. I filled the barrel again with roots. There is that tree. I've still only half cut through that. I haven't got the energy. I'll carry on with it bit by bit. I'll get through it by Christmas. But I've dug up as many roots. Some of the roots were going the whole length, digging them out. So I started raking it, then found roots, and then started getting more and more and more. So I just thought, carry on. So I've re-raked it. I picked up most of the rubbish. There's still bits and bobs. But when you think it was a jungle and a dumping ground for years, it ain't looking bad. Some of it's, yeah, I think that metal plate might come useful for weed prevention, that sort of thing. Not sure what I'm going to do with that big board. Again, might just put it on the floor to stop weeds. But that's my area done now. So next on the process is figuring out where I actually want the shed. So I've got the dimensions. It's 16 foot by 8 foot, but it's not. It's got overhangs and eaves and that sort of thing. But that's 20 foot. So I've just about got enough room for it. It's going to be a squeeze going down the side and also getting to the back of it while I'm building it. But I want it pretty close to that fence anyway. It's got to be enough room for repainting it and that sort of thing. It will have guttering, so water shouldn't be a problem. So, step one, and I've got a mad cat doing, he's found something. Oh, on earth is he going? That's the street cat. Next door I've adopted him, but he's from one of the houses. He comes in everybody's house, looking like he's never been fed. So, anyway, that's that bit done. Barrel's still burning, just about. That'll smoulder for ages. But I'm going to trap that in there. I want a little bit of an area at the back, mainly because I've got a drop off, but also be good for storage of ladders and bikes, that sort of thing, out of the way, out of sight. So, I'm going to have a sit down and a can of Pepsi Max, treat myself, and look at the plans to figure out what I'm doing next. So, we'll move over to the shed. So, I'm waiting for the foundation wood to turn up, which is all 2x8 and boards and decking, because it's going to be cool. So what I'm building is this. It's a Bilio wood cabin. It's the Winchester log cabin, 5 metres by 3 metres, even though most of the measurements are done in feet. 28mm walls. You've got lots of options when you order it. You can have thicker floors, thicker walls. You can go up to 2-inch, I think 44mm walls, really thick, but the cost goes spiralling. I've been trying to get a shed built, or workshop, trying to get a workshop built for over a year now, and getting let down by suppliers. It's ridiculous. I've got some money in my hand and I want to spend it, and people will take a deposit and then you'll never hear from them again, or they'll reply on emails. And I had one company who said they could do a shipping container on a high-up over the house, but they wouldn't do a site visit. I'm pretty sceptical of whether they could get it there, and they wouldn't show us the one they actually were going to do. They got a website, they wouldn't show the one they were actually going to supply, and they wanted full payment with no site visit, no nothing, not even inspecting that it's got any foundations to go on, or overhead cables, or anything like that. I'm thinking, no. Like, oh no, it'll be fine, just bank transfer the money to this. No. I even had a guy come round, do a full inspection of the site, that sort of thing, gave me all of his details, even showed me his passport, because that sort of thing, to prove who he was, all of his business cards, took the deposit, and that was it. So I had to get into the bank, reported to fraud. I had his mother's number because he lived with his mum and he was doing so. And he was a groundscape guy, and I'm fairly admit he was genuine. But he'd moved into building sheds and workshops, and I think he was overworked, and I think he'd overstretched himself and he couldn't do it. Well, I don't mind waiting, but let me know. Yeah, and that's like at the minute. So I'm now gone to Garden Buildings Direct. They seem pretty reputable. The order process was simple. You pick all of your options. Now I'm trying to keep the budget down, so the only thing I've up-spec'd on this is it has an 11mm floor. I've gone up to 19mm on the floor. You can go thicker, but the floor, again, I'm going to be putting on really sturdy board, so I don't want the floor going anywhere. That's probably the main thing, because that's the bit you walk on. The rest of it's all treatable. I've had untreated wood because, again, the cost was ridiculous, but I bought wood treatment because you can't get it in fun colours. So we're going for a nice teal. I've got gallons of it, and black. Going for black at the base, teal, that sort of thing, so it's going to be lovely. And basically, the good advantage of this is it comes in bits. It's a bit scary when your instructions come on 27 pages, but it's great. So I've got the full specs there. They sent me another one. Where is it? With the full individual specs. So I've got absolutely every single tiny bit. The instructions are the instructions look really good. Hopefully it'll all work out like that. But basically they say split it up into bits. Actually, these are the instructions. That's 16 pages to build it. But this one is like the spec sheet. Gives you all the bits and the exact measurements. So it's this one that I'll be going off to build the base. Because the base I want slightly bigger, but also it's got a nice little overhang on the front, and I basically want to do it like that. I want a nice porch on the front of it so we can stick them garden chairs on it, or some plant pots or that thing, just to make it look pretty. I want this to be a nice, friendly, comfortable workshop that Katie and I will just jump in at night and make stuff. And be happy. I can make YouTube videos, I can edit YouTube videos while she's making jewellery and crafting, and she'll have a nice big area. We're going to have collapsible tables in the middle so she can do sewing, because it's one of those things that takes up tons of space, and well, who's got that? Unless you've got a really big dining room and a big dining room table, yeah, cool, which we will have. That's another project. The house is the next project. It's slowly getting there, but no, we want an area for doing. And then the good thing is we can close the door and go back into the house, and we can leave it in a mess. If you're in the middle of gluing something, I can leave it till the next day. You're not going to be barging past it. That's what it's going to be great. So hopefully it'll be delivered. When I ordered it, it said delivery today, but it said to be confirmed once it's built, and it's still in production. But their website's pretty good. I've spoken to them a few times. They're just waiting for it to be built, so I'm not expecting the shed to come today. Workshop. To come today, but I am expecting the base to come today. But it's a truck delivery, so he's doing rounds. He'll be doing laps and laps of Derby delivering wood, and mine's a relatively small order, so I'm probably going to be the end of the day. You watch, it'll be the end of the day as it's raining. So far we've got storms heading this way. They haven't hit yet, but it's getting very dark. So I'll catch up with you later. We'll call that for the day for the minute. waiting for things now. I'm going to have a rest and a nice swig of pop. Not sponsored, but I drink gallons of the stuff. Can you imagine being sponsored by Pepsi Max to build a shed? So this is sponsored by Squarespace. No, it's not sponsored by Squarespace. So anyway, like, subscribe. I'm going to put this the whole series of videos all in the one. It's a little bit different from photography, building a shed, but it's a studio. I'm going to be editing stuff. I'm going to be sat there. So stay tuned. Keep on with the next videos. I don't know how many videos are going to be, but the speed I build things, it's going to be a long series. But building a workshop in the garden, here we go. I'll speak to you later. Bye.